Hello boys and girls, I am teacher Melinda here with you today. And for social studies, we will look at questions and answers. Of course, the questions are based on content matter that was done in social studies for grade 5. Boys and girls, I invite you to get your exercise book and your pencil so that you can answer these questions. Essay type questions simply mean that you have to write the answers for the questions that are asked. These questions will be based on a particular topic or content matter that you would have already covered. So boys and girls, let's get going. Remember, honesty is the best policy. So I would like to encourage you to do your own work. Of course, do not ask for answers, even if someone is there with you trying to help. Just pretend, just imagine that you are sitting in an exam room or you're doing a test and no one is there to help you. So let's get going. These questions, boys and girls, have parts. And so you are expected to write the answer for each part. At the end, I will give you the answers and you will mark quite fairly if it is correct or incorrect. As we go along, please have fun together as we work. Question 1. Read the information below, then answer question 1. Heavy rainfall is expected along the coastal belt. The temperature will be 30 degrees Celsius in the coastal locations and high winds in the interior locations. The questions follow. A. Which department most likely issued the information above? Which department most likely issued the information above? The B part. Name 2 persons who will most likely be interested in the information above. The C part. Give one way how the heavy rainfall can affect residents. And the D part. Explain one way how the regional chairman can assist affected residents. Explain one way how the regional chairman can assist affected residents. Let's move to question 2. Read the caption below, then answer question 2. The caption reads, "Girl, every weekend Kevin comes home drunk. Haven't you told him about the dangers of consuming alcohol?" Question A. Define the term addiction. Define the term addiction. B. Give 2 ways how the abuse of alcohol can affect someone's health. Give 2 ways how the abuse of alcohol can affect someone's health. C. Give 1 reason why Kevin consumes alcohol. Give 1 reason why Kevin consumes alcohol. And D. What advice can you give Kevin? What advice can you give Kevin? So boys and girls, remember you are writing answers to these questions. Question 3. Use the map below to answer question 3. So you have to study the map carefully because the questions are based on the map. A. Which group of our ancestors came from the country labeled X? Which group of our ancestors came from the country labeled X? B. Name one ocean which this group crossed. Name one ocean which this group crossed. The C part of this question has two questions. So C, Roman numeral 1, and C, Roman numeral 2. So C, Roman numeral 1 reads, give one reason why these ancestors came to Guyana. Give one reason why these ancestors came to Guyana. C2. Name another group of our ancestors who came for the same reason at 1. Name another group of our ancestors who came for the same reason at 1. And D. State one major contribution these ancestors made to the Guyanese society. State one major contribution these ancestors made to the Guyanese society. Next, let's look at question 4, the final question for this section. Study the picture below, which shows one of Guyana's national symbols, and then answer question 4. Study the picture below, which shows one of Guyana's national symbols, and then answer question 4. So question 4A. What is the national symbol shown in the picture? What is the national symbol shown in the picture? B. Name the part that tells that Guyana was once a monarchy. Name the part that tells that Guyana was a monarchy. The C part. Name an occasion that allows Guyanese to highlight the words of their national motto. Name an occasion that allows Guyanese to highlight the words of their national motto. The D part of question 4 has two parts, D Roman numeral 1 and D Roman numeral 2. So D Roman numeral 1 reads, both bondsmen and free laid their bones on your shore are words from our. Both bondsmen and free laid their bones on your shore are words from our. And Roman numeral 2 for D says, when were these words first used? When were these words first used? So boys and girls, I trust that you have answered all the questions because it is time for you to mark. Of course, I will share the answers for the questions. So let's get going. Question 1. Have your book there? Yes. Your pencil? Yes. And maybe someone can work along with you as you mark, or if you don't have anyone to mark along with you, mark your work. But remember, be honest. Mark quite honestly. So let's go. Question 1. Heavy rainfall is expected along the coastal belt. The temperature will be 30 degrees Celsius in the coastal locations and high winds in the interior locations. A. Which department most likely issued the information above? The department which most likely issued the information is the meteorological department. Of course, boys and girls, the meteorologist is the person who studies weather. And so he or she uses different instruments to predict the weather as he examines the different aspects. So that department where the meteorologist works is referred to as the meteorological department. In Guyana, we have one major meteorological department which is located at Timehri in the building with the Cheddi Jagan International Airport. Of course, there are other departments around the country, but that department is the main one. The B part of question 1. Name 2 persons who will be most interested in the information above. 2 persons who will be most interested in the information above are 1. Outdoor sportsmen and farmers, or 2. Journalists and fishermen. Or you can have a combination, outdoor sportsmen and journalists, or farmers and fishermen. Any 2 of those is correct. The C part of question 1. Give one way how the heavy rainfall can affect residents. One way how the heavy rainfall can affect residents is outdoor leisure activities will cease for a moment, or heavy rainfall can result in flood. Another way how heavy rainfall can affect residents, they will not be able to do regular work that they are accustomed doing in the outdoor. For example, if they are farmers, then they cannot be in their fields. If they have cattle or poultry, then they will have to move. So it definitely will affect residents. The D part of question 1. Explain one way how the regional chairman can affect residents. One way how the regional chairman can assist affected residents is 1. Provide supplies for families. Example, food items, disinfectants or detergents, and sanitizers. Another way how the regional chairman can assist affected residents is the chairman can also assist by providing refuge sites or assist farmers by providing financial aid for the loss of crops. Those are some of the ways, but of course you needed to list only one. So one of those ways is how the regional chairman can assist affected residents. Question 2. The answers to question 2. Read the caption below, then answer question 2. So the caption reads, Girl, every weekend Kevin comes home drunk. Haven't you told him about the dangers of consuming alcohol? So the A part, define the term addiction. Addiction is a mental disorder that leads to the consumption of substances or leads to behaviors despite the negative consequences. Or addiction is a mental disorder that leads to someone exhibiting no self-control about substances or behaviors. So any of those 2 definitions is correct. The B part of question 2. Give 2 ways how the abuse of alcohol can affect someone's health. 2 ways how the abuse of alcohol can affect someone's health are: it can contribute to hypertension and nervousness, or it can develop cancer and lung disease, or it can contribute to cirrhosis liver and lung disease, or it can damage brain cells. Any 2 of these answers is correct. The C part of question 2. Give 1 reason why Kevin consumes alcohol. 1 reason why Kevin consumes alcohol is because he wants to please friends, or because there is a lack of knowledge of the harmful effects of alcohol. Or another reason why Kevin uses or consumes alcohol is because he wants to enhance performance. Or another reason can be because he wants it as a remedy to solve problems. So boys and girls, any of those answers is correct. Remember, it was just 1 reason. D. What advice can you give to Kevin? In answering this, you say, my advice to Kevin would be to seek counsel on how to overcome the use and abuse of alcohol. Or my advice to Kevin would be to use healthy drinks instead of consuming alcohol. Another advice that you can give to Kevin is to exercise and have friends who can encourage him to practice healthy habits. So those are possible answers that you could have given for the D part of question 2. Let's answer question 3. Use the map below to answer question 3. Which group of our ancestors came from the country labeled X? And I am sure, boys and girls, you examined the map carefully so that you see where the X is inserted. So the answer to that question is the group of our ancestors who came from the country labeled X are the East Indians. The B part of question 3. Name 1 ocean which this group crossed. 1 ocean which this group crossed is the Atlantic Ocean or the Indian Ocean. Yes, boys and girls, the East Indians would have crossed the Indian Ocean and also the Atlantic Ocean as they came to Guyana. But of course, the question required only 1. The C part. Give 1 reason why these ancestors came to Guyana. 1 reason why these ancestors came to Guyana is to work on the plantations or to work as indentured laborers or immigrants. C. Roman numeral 2, the second part. Name another group of our ancestors who came for the same reason at 1. So another group of our ancestors who came for the same reason at 1 is the Portuguese, or if you have written, the Chinese. Yes, boys and girls, the East Indians, the Portuguese, and the Chinese were brought to Guyana by the Europeans to work on the plantations as indentured laborers or indentured immigrants. D. State 1 major contribution these ancestors have made to the Guyanese society. 1 major contribution these ancestors have made to the Guyanese society is food. So an example of food is dal and rice, or roti and curry, or sweetmeats. Or if you have written 1 major contribution that these ancestors have made to the Guyanese society is clothing, and you have sari, shalwars, or ernie, that's correct. Or if you have written 1 of their major contributions is festivals, an example you have Eid al-Adha, Eid al-Fitr, Pagwa, or Diwali, that's correct. Or if you have 1 of their major contributions is jewelry, and you have bracelets, bangles, or anklets, that is also correct. Or if you have 1 of their major contributions is musical instruments and you have sitars or mandolins, that is correct. Or if you have dance, you have Odissi or Kathak, yes, boys and girls, or even Nagara, that is correct. So the East Indians would have contributed to the Guyanese society in the form of food, clothing, festivals, jewelry, musical instruments, and dance. Any of those is correct. Let's move to question 4. Study the picture below, which shows one of Guyana's national symbols, and then answer question 4. What is the national symbol shown in the picture? The national symbol shown in the picture is the coat of arms. No other answer is correct. The coat of arms. The B part. Name the part that tells that Guyana was once a monarchy. The part that tells Guyana was once a monarchy is the helmet. Of course, the coat of arms has other symbols, but only the helmet indicates that Guyana was once a monarchy. The C part. Name an occasion that allows Guyanese to highlight the words of their national motto. An occasion that allows Guyanese to highlight the words of their national motto is 1. At General Assembly. Remember, boys and girls, that pupils are Guyanese too. So, at General Assembly, pupils can highlight the words of the national motto. Another occasion that allows Guyanese to highlight the words of their national motto is at flag-raising ceremonies, which are usually conducted during the celebration of Guyana's Republic anniversary or at independence celebration. At those occasions, flag-raising ceremonies are conducted across the regions in our country, and so at those occasions, Guyanese are allowed or have an experience at highlighting the words of the national motto. And may I ask, boys and girls, or may I ask you to recite the words of the national motto? Yes, it says, one people, one nation, one destiny. The D part. The D part of question 4 has 2 parts, Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 2. Roman numeral 1 reads, both bondsmen and free laid their bones on your shore are words from our national anthem. Yes, boys and girls, those words are a part of our national anthem. And the second part of the question for D says, when were these words first used? These words were first used on May 26, 1966. That's the date when Guyana gained independence from Great Britain, and of course it was the first time the national anthem, which is Green Land of Guyana, was sung. So, boys and girls, I am sure you are satisfied with the answers you have, because I can feel and I can see through my eyes that you have gotten all correct. Yes, boys and girls, and for those of you who may be frowning a bit because you did not get all correct, I want you to cheer up, because you know what? Hope is not lost. You can prepare to do better next time. So all I want to do is to encourage you to read some more, and you will do better next time. Until then, enjoy reading.